Hey guys, I'm in my garage kitchen today because I'm going to throw some things in the freeze dryer, and I kind of wanted to show you what I have and what the freeze dryer is, what it looks like. I know you already saw the end result with the chicken, but today I'm going to do some basic stuff like I have 2 rows of apples. I just sliced them and put some cinnamon on it. No sugar, no anything. They're a great snack. I will pack them and use them for when we go on our trips for snacks, as long as my son or grandsons don't come over, because they will eat them all. I only have 1 bag left from all the apples I had already done. These are celery. You don't need celery till you need celery, and you never have it on hand. So I like to have some freeze dried. You don't have to reconstitute it or anything. It has that crunch. You just kind of throw it in, you know, chicken salad, tomato or tuna salad, or any kind of dish you're making that might take it, like on stews and soups and things like that. So I like to have that on hand. And then I have mushrooms. Same thing, you need them when you need them, and then they're bad if they were in your refrigerator. I already have, I think, a jar and a bag of mushrooms down there, but I wanted to do some more. I did make a cream of mushroom soup that I had already canned, but I still like to have some extra mushrooms when I do, you know, marsala or something like that. So my freeze dryer only holds 4 trays. I have 5 here, so I'm gonna save, I think, the mushrooms for now, and then when I have 3 more trays, I'll throw them all in. I might want to do some fajitas that I could pack up, so I might do that with the mushrooms. I pre-freeze these. If you freeze them first, when you put them in the freeze dryer, it's better because it doesn't use as much energy and as much time, because it doesn't have to get it. It gets it to the temperature it needs to be quicker because it's already pre-frozen. It'll take like a day, sometimes 2 days, and then even then you have to check it and make sure the food is completely dry, because if it's not, but if it has a little bit of moisture in it, then it ruins your whole batch. I already found that out with, I did a taco bake and spaghetti and my chicken marsala, and I had that in there. I was going to get something and the bag felt soft, and I looked in there and here it was soft, so I just threw it all away. I'm not even, you know, I threw all that away, but now I have to make sure that when I put it in there that it is completely dry. I'm gonna do extra dry time and all that other good stuff so I don't ruin any more food. This stuff's pretty basic though. This will be fine. What you hear in the background is the freeze dryer. It takes 15 minutes to get to cooling, and that's when you can put the trays in. So as soon as it's cooled and we put the trays in, I'll show you what that is, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here is the freeze dryer. It does have an oil pump with it. You got to make sure that the oil is good. Change it every once in a while whenever it says. You'll notice up here, the 15 minutes are up, so it told me to load the trays and close the drain. I have my trays in there. I am just going to shut the door. Oh. And the drain is over here. And that's it. It'll do its thing. And right now it's freezing. Once it's done, it'll beep, it'll let me know, and then I could take everything out and package it up, and I'll show you when I get to that step. Okay, the freeze dryer is done. Our celery and apples are already packed. Out of the 2 trays of celery, I had gotten 1 bag and 1 jar. I'm going to show you how I seal this jar, because the jars don't last as long as the packages, the Mylar packages. You do have to put an oxygen absorber in each, which I've already done. But the jars I like because this I'll use more often. I don't need this to store for like 25 years. So I have my little attachment that goes onto this vacuum sealer. It will seal it up, and it'll be just as if it were a canned jar. Enough to where you'll need to pry it open in order to get it. I'll put this in the kitchen, and I'll probably use this a lot. Oh, now I'm already screaming. We'll probably use this a little more often just to throw into things. But they're a nice texture. It's hard. It's kind of like a regular celery. So like I just use it. I don't have to add water or anything to it. I just use it like that. And sometimes you gotta like just to get the air out. But you'll see you can't open it. The apples, out of the 2 trays, I had gotten 2 bags. These are bigger bags though, so I had gotten 2 bags out of them. I had already sealed them. I left this open so you could kind of just see how full it is, and I put the oxygen absorber in that. And this is what the apple looks like when it's all done. It just kind of crunches and tastes like an apple with cinnamon. So it's pretty good. I like it. To seal the Mylar bags, I do have a sealer back here. It's a little heavier duty. I don't use this to seal the Mylar bags. I don't know why. I'm sure it will, but it was like the heat temperature on the thicker bags. You should use a higher heat temperature. So I did get that one. All right, next we're defrosting the machine. First of all, it does have ice and everything in it, the freeze dryer. So I am gonna defrost that, and when that's done, we're gonna work on our fajitas and mushrooms. Okay, this is why we like winter. We have the fire going, and I'm able to cook 7 pounds of boneless, skinless thighs for the fajitas that we're gonna be freeze drying. I just have it soaking in some taco seasonings I make myself. I'll put it on there for a while and then stick it on the stove and cook and shred it up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so our fajitas are done cooking. I have the mushrooms, and out of the fajitas, let me show you what it looks like. I just added some onions and peppers. I had gotten 3 trays out of the chicken that I cooked, the 7 pounds. I've got dinner, and 1 tray will give us 2 meals. So I'll be able to package 6 meals out of this. Now let's go stick it in the freeze dryer. So everything was in the freeze dryer for about 43 hours. That's a long time. But I did have extra dry time for like 15 hours because it was just getting ready last night about 7 o'clock at night. And I didn't want to bag it up then because I did want it to have extra dry time. So I just set it to where it's now morning and I'm able to do it in the morning. The extra dry time does not hurt it. Like I said before, I had that food that I had ruined and I didn't want to do that again. So I wanted to make sure it was like super duper dry, and it is. A lot of people use the temperature heat guns to see if there's any cold spots in there, but like you could feel it. There's no cold spots in here. This is pretty dry. This is what the fajitas look like. So they're just, you know, crinkled up like pieces. You could even powder them if you had wanted to. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put my oxygen absorber in. I'm going to do half of the fajitas, and what I didn't even think I could have done is add mushrooms in it when I was cooking it, but I'm going to just add some mushrooms in now so that I could have mushrooms, peppers, and onions in my fajitas. Now these bags I had gotten from Pack USA, and I guess I thought I looked at the milliliters of this bag of the Mylar, but it seems kind of thin, and it seems thinner than my other bags. So just as a precaution, I am going to double bag this. I'm going to do this and then put it in another bag just for my own peace of mind. But this is pretty much it. I won't bag all of them here with you. I'll just do this one and then I'll do the rest. But, I mean, it fills half a bag. Like I said, this is going to give us a meal for 2 people. And that's it. I seal it up and it's good to go. I probably could have even used a smaller bag. Oh wait, you know what I did want to do? I want to add extra taco sauce in there, just so when you do add water to it, this gives it a little more flavor. Add a little taco sauce. That's it. We'll put it in the sealer and it'll be good to go. That's it. It's done. Freeze drying, you can pretty much do everything. Some things taste better canned or frozen, in my opinion. So I just kind of figure out what I have and what I want to do with it and how I want to store it. So for the mushrooms, I think I'll do 1 jar and I'll probably get a bag out of it. And then the rest you'll see I'll get 5 more bags out of this. I'm done for a little bit. I don't have anything else to freeze dry at the moment. So I'm sure something will come up though. And then I'll let you know if it does.